Avoid New Rochelle, New York if you don't like these things. So New Rochelle, New York stands out for several reasons. I've spent the last few weeks really analyzing New Rochelle to bring you some of the goods of what you might want to avoid if you're thinking about moving to New Rochelle. And what I'm about to uncover might surprise you, so stick around, let's get started. Hey, this is Marc Giles. Thank you for watching my video. Today we're talking about New Rochelle, New York. Everything explained. Why are people moving to New Rochelle? Why are so many people coming to New Rochelle? Today we're going to get into it, so you're going to want to watch every bit of this video. And at the end of the video, I'm going to bring you a tip that you will not want to miss. So check it out and let's get into it. So number 5. Let's talk about a quirky local custom. That's right, it's the turkey trot. So the turkey trot is a custom in New Rochelle that people endeavor in, where they dress up like turkeys before Thanksgiving Day. And they put on these turkey costumes and they get out in the street and they go for a race. Some people complain because it causes congestion in the streets, there's a lot of noise, and some people are just not about these quirky things. But if you are, you probably will love New Rochelle, but if you're not, I'm telling you right now, it will not be the place you want to be, at least on Thanksgiving, if you want a peaceful, quiet day. Number 4, let's talk about the unique amenities that New Rochelle, New York has to offer its residents. New Rochelle, New York has some really cool places that make it special. If you're thinking about buying a house here, owning a house and living here, let me tell you, you're going to have one of the best parks that are in Westchester, and that's called Glen Island Park. It's a 105-acre park that is unique and just for the residents of New Rochelle. And from that park, you can go swimming. You can actually park your boat there if you want to rent a slip. And from that park, you can actually see clear across the Long Island Sound straight to Long Island. Glen Island Casino is great for people who love the outdoors. And me, personally, I love the outdoors. Next one is the Arc of Westchester. The Arc of Westchester is perfect for people who love modern amenities and luxury spaces. You might want to check that out right there in downtown New Rochelle. And also there's the Thomas Paine College Museum. Now this is a great place, especially if you're into the history of the United States, history of Westchester. Thomas Paine is one of the founding fathers of the United States. And if you want to learn more about history, this is a great space for history buffs. Now let's talk about number 3, the environmental factors. New Rochelle experiences 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and fall. So let's talk about the winter. Now, if you're not into shoveling snow, if you're not into cold weather, and because New Rochelle is near the Long Island Sound, so in New Rochelle, you will experience more windy days than in Mount Vernon or places like White Plains, New York, which is in the center of Westchester. So if you're in New Rochelle and you don't like the cold, you might want to avoid living in New Rochelle. So let's talk about the summers in New Rochelle. Yes, hazy, hot, and humid. That's New York. It gets hazy, hot, and humid every summer. This summer, it's been a lot of rain. And so if you are not into hazy and humid days, I'll tell you right now, you might not enjoy the summers in New Rochelle. New Rochelle has all of these great parks where you can enjoy your summers. If whether you have animals, dogs, cats, you can take them out there with you. The kids love playing tennis and doing outdoor sports. There's plenty of things you can do in New Rochelle, fine to do in New Rochelle, if you enjoy the summer. So now let's talk about number 2. Let's talk about the housing market in New Rochelle. You might want to avoid New Rochelle if you don't like these things. Okay, so the housing market in New Rochelle is very robust. We have one-family homes, we have condos, we have co-ops, and we have multifamily homes. New Rochelle has it all. So New Rochelle might not be the place for you if you're concerned about paying a little extra for that single-family home. When you're comparing and contrasting New Rochelle to other cities in Westchester County, you might find New Rochelle to be slightly on the upper side, but at the same time, if you're comparing it to places like Scarsdale, Larchmont, Mamaroneck, you're going to find that New Rochelle is a lot less pricey, and definitely if you're comparing New Rochelle to New York, the 5 boroughs, New York City, you're going to get a lot more for your money living in New Rochelle. Coming in at number 1, let's talk about the transportation and commute. Now, in New Rochelle, there's a lot of options when it comes to transportation. In fact, in New Rochelle, you have a free electric bus that travels throughout New Rochelle. You can hop on and hop off at any time. That is a real convenience and it offers you the ability to do a lot of sightseeing, and the walkability score of New Rochelle is extremely high. And no matter where you live in New Rochelle, you will have full access to these. Why? Because of the B-Line bus system. So if you don't have a car, you can always hop on a bus pretty much around the clock and be anywhere you want to be in New Rochelle. Additionally, if you work in the city or if you wanted to go to Connecticut, New Haven, you can always hop on the Metro North. Those trains will get you down to Manhattan in about 30 minutes right from New Rochelle. That can't be more convenient. Now, one of the drawbacks of transportation is if you do have a car, because parking in New Rochelle in the downtown section is not free. You will have to pay to park. There's meters all over the place and there's public parking, so you will find parking, but it's not free. And in most of these brand new buildings that they're building, while they do offer parking spaces that come with your apartment, a lot of times you're going to pay an extra fee in addition to your rent to have a parking spot that is private for you. And additionally, if you have more than one car, you're going to pay for more parking. So that's one drawback, but if you can live with that, New Rochelle is a fantastic place for transporting yourself and commuting no matter where you want to go. All right, today's bonus tip is for the self-employed home buyer. If you're thinking about buying an investment property, yes, you can buy a property. In fact, if you want to move into a property, there are some loan programs that will enable you, if you are self-employed, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, or whether you own a construction company, or you own a cleaning company, or any type of business, and maybe you're concerned that your tax returns are not reflecting the type of income that you would need to show in order to buy these properties. Well, the time is here for you. So one of the programs that we have is called a DSCR program. What does that mean? It's called Debt Service Coverage Ratio. And it makes total sense because if you wanted to buy a property, you want to make sure that this property is going to get enough income to cover the monthly payment. And that is exactly what the debt service coverage ratio means. There are other loans that are designed for self-employed borrowers who cannot provide your tax returns. So some of the things that you can provide in lieu of tax returns would be a year-to-date or a 12-month year-to-date profit and loss statement that would be prepared by, let's say, your accountant, your CPA, or your tax preparer. These items enable us to determine what you can afford. And you know what you can afford, especially if the property is making more money than it's costing you every month. That type of loan program makes total sense. So these types of loan programs are designed to help the self-employed borrower acquire assets, acquire real estate, so that you can grow your portfolio and also succeed financially. And that's why I'm here. I want to help you get the kind of real estate that you want for you and your family so that you can live the lifestyle that you dream of and it's affordable for you to achieve your goals. So feel free to call me anytime. We've got homes for sale. You can see the link below. Just click here, look at the homes that we have for sale. You can call me, text me. I'm always here for you. Like the video, subscribe, and please comment below because I would love to hear more about what you have to say, and I want to learn more about what you want us to talk about in more of our videos. Thank you for joining my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.